The rain tapped like nervous fingers on the windows of St. Helene's private medical center, a quiet, secluded facility on the outskirts of the city where silence was part of the price of discretion. Inside room 814, behind frosted glass doors, and under the hum of quietly pulsing machines, lay the silent body of Isla Vance, heiress to the Vance Tech empire. For 8 months, she hadn't spoken a word, hadn't moved, hadn't blinked, hadn't reacted. Coma, the doctors called it. Persistent vegetative state, said others. Some suspected foul play, whispers trailing through the marble halls. Of her estate like ghosts, but nothing had been proven. Only one person still treated her like she might come back, Dr. Aidan Ross, 29. Brilliant but underestimated, assigned to Isla's care after rotating out of emergency medicine. He had no pedigree, no powerful family. Just a heart that believed in impossible recoveries, and a mind that had seen miracles born from something as simple as kindness. Each day, Aidan followed the same routine, reviewed her chart, checked her vitals, monitored her neuroresponse. But unlike the others, he spoke to her, read her books, played her favorite violin sonatas, and changed her bandages with the same gentle care he gave to conscious patients. Today, the room felt different, charged. Maybe it was the storm outside, or the growing restlessness he felt every time he entered that room. But something inside him said, "This is the day." He pulled on his gloves and peeled away the gauze dressing. From her right shoulder, the place where a piece of glass had embedded itself during her mysterious car accident. The skin beneath was healing well, a faint scar curling like a whisper down her collarbone. "You're healing fast, Isla," he murmured, his voice warm despite the sterile room. "Stronger than they think. I believe in you. I just... shoot open. Your eyes, just once, prove them wrong." As he reached for the fresh bandage, a sudden flicker of motion caught the edge of his vision. Her finger, it moved. He froze. Machines beeped steadily, unchanged. Maybe it was a trick of the light, a muscle spasm. But then it happened again, more deliberate. Her hand twitched. Her lips parted just slightly. A raspy breath escaped them. Then, a whisper, "Water, ." Aidan stumbled back, heart pounding. The impossible just happened. He rushed forward, pressing the call button. Nurses spilled in, eyes widening, scrambling to confirm vitals. Isla's lids fluttered open, revealing dazed sea glass green eyes that darted around the room in confusion. Panic, desperation. "You're safe," Aidan whispered, his voice trembling. "You're awake." The media frenzy was immediate. Billionaire waking from a coma was headline gold. Reporters circled like sharks outside the gates. But what no one expected, what Isla herself didn't remember, was why she crashed. She recalled screaming. A face in the rearview mirror, a hand yanking the wheel, sabotage. And she was certain someone close to her had tried to kill her, but only Aidan believed her. As Isla slowly regained her strength, relearning how to walk, speak, and remember, Aidan became her anchor. The hospital board wanted her transferred. Her family and icy strategic brother named Marcus and a too-perfect fiancé who never visited wanted to take her home. She refused. "I trust him," she said simply, pointing to Aidan. Her voice had the weight of money and mystery, and that trust changed everything. Their days turned from clinical check-ins to whispered stories, cautious laughter, and shared secrets. One night, as lightning slashed the sky outside, Isla whispered, "What if I told you I know who tried to kill me? But I have no proof... yet." Aidan leaned closer, pulse quickening. "Then we'll find it together." What began as doctor and patient quickly evolved into something deeper. But danger wasn't far. Someone was watching. Someone who wanted Isla quiet forever. And as they uncovered shocking clues buried in medical reports, surveillance footage, and Isla's fragmented memories, they realized the truth was darker than they imagined. Just as Isla took her first unassisted steps down the hallway, Aidan beside her on, explosion rocked the floor below. "They're coming for me," she said, her voice steady now. "And if you stay near me, they'll come for you too." Aidan's reply was simple, fearless. "Then let them come." The echo of the explosion hadn't faded when security lights flickered, and chaos rippled through the corridors of St. Helene's. code black alerts blared, and staff scrambled to evacuate the East Wing. Illa's eyes, newly awakened and already weary from weeks of effort, locked with Aiden's. "It's not just a warning," she whispered. "They're trying to finish what they started." Aiden grabbed her hand and pulled her into the emergency stairwell, his heart pounding louder than the alarms. Below them, smoke billowed from the records department. Coincidence? No, that was where Isla's intake logs, accident files, and private assessments were stored. Somebody was erasing her. Asterisk, they emerged on the lower level through a maintenance tunnel Aiden had memorized from an old floor plan. He'd always been curious, and now his obsession with unused infrastructure was saving their lives. He got Isla into a secure doctor's lounge while he checked the halls. "I need to see the footage from the night of your crash," he said. "If your theory's right, it'll be in the hospital's off-site backup." Isla nodded, trembling but resolute. "My brother has a vault in the Vance Tower. There are backups of everything. He thinks no one knows." Asterisk Aiden's jaw tightened. Marcus Vance, the stoic tech tycoon, always in the shadows since Isla's accident, always too polished, too smooth. There'd been something cold in his eyes when he visited Isla. Aiden had felt it. Now he knew why. They needed proof, and Isla needed protection. But what Aiden didn't expect was how deep this went. As they slipped out of the hospital under disguise, Isla disguised in an old staff hoodie and Aiden in scrubs, an SUV tailed them silently. Asterisk back at his apartment, Aiden opened a file he'd quietly copied weeks ago, of instinct, he told himself. It showed anomalies in Illa's blood work, traces of a rare paralytic. Not enough to kill, but enough to suppress consciousness. It hadn't been just the crash. Someone drugged her. This could have kept me under indefinitely, Isla said, horrified. "I was a prisoner in my own body." Aiden took her hand. "But you fought your way out, and now we fight back." Asterisk, they made their way to the Vance Tower late that night. Isla used a retinal scanner hidden behind a painting to access her father's encrypted archive. Inside, they found not just medical backups, but something worse. A video file dated the night of her crash. Isla clicked play. The footage showed her car, but not from a street cam. This was internal. Dash cam from her own car. In the driver's mirror, a figure emerged. Not her. Her fiancé, Devin. Asterisk, he wasn't supposed to be there. He was supposed to be at the charity gala. But he was in the back seat. Ila's breath caught as the footage revealed Devin lunging forward, grabbing the wheel. Car swerved, screams, impact, then darkness. "He tried to kill me," she whispered. But that wasn't all. In the footage's metadata, a timestamp showed. The video had been downloaded by Marcus. 2 days after the crash, he knew. He had known all along. Asterisk, suddenly the lights in the vault dimmed. Footsteps echoed outside. It had been found. Asterisk, Aiden pushed Isla behind a console and grabbed a fire extinguisher. The door burst open, and in stepped Devin himself, flanked by Marcus's head of security. "It was supposed to be easy," Devin said, voice cold, gun in hand. "But you just had to wake up." Asterisk, "You'll never get away with this," Isla said, stepping forward despite the fear in her eyes. "This time I have everything." Asterisk, "But," Devin smiled. "No, you don't. We wiped the hospital. This vault's next." Asterisk, Aiden lunged just as Devin raised the gun. A struggle followed. A shot fired. Glass shattered. Isla screamed. But when the dust settled, it was Devin on the ground out. Cold. Security tackled the rest. Aiden stood, blood on his sleeve, arm around Isla. Asterisk, sirens wailed outside. Police. They had come. And Isla, with trembling hands, handed the flash drive to the lead detective. "Everything's here," she said. "My brother. Devin. The drugs. The crash. Asterisk. The empire would fall. But she would rise." Asterisk, weeks later, Isla sat in the garden of a quiet seaside villa, hair tousled by the wind. Aiden walked out with coffee, smiled, sat beside her. Asterisk, "Do you ever wonder what would have happened if I hadn't changed that bandage?" he asked. Asterisk, she leaned her head on his shoulder. then I'd still be asleep, and the world would still be lying, asterisk. He kissed her forehead. Then I'm glad I did. The end. If this story gripped your heart and left you breathless, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More stories of mystery, love, and the fight for truth are coming your way. Until then, stay awake, stay bold, and never stop believing in miracles, asterisk.